The NCAA, I've tried to explain this several times. The NCAA, which is sort of the governing body of college sports, used to have much more control, not so much anymore. It's your neighborhood association. In other words, you all agree to have them sort of manage stuff like the hedges and cars on blocks and parking out in the street, a boat in the cul-de-sac, that kind of stuff. That's what the NCAA is. So you agree that you're going to follow their rules by being a part of, by paying your dues. Well, okay. And it doesn't do a heck of a lot anymore. In fact, it's been neutered for the most part. But the NCAA is the bureaucracy that everyone loves to hate. More in the past than now because it just doesn't do a heck of a lot. So I guess Johnny Manziel, I cannot believe I'm mentioning his name again. I guess he is getting what he wanted, and that is to be relevant because Johnny Manziel, Johnny Football, the guy that built half of Kyle Field, Johnny Manziel said the other day, he went public after the Netflix show about him, the documentary about him, which he didn't come across very good, in my opinion. It was a well-done documentary, but he just appeared to still be a knucklehead. So Johnny Manziel starts, why, I don't know, but he started advocating for Reggie Bush to get his Heisman Trophy back. You're going to say, well, yeah, we've been through this. No, we haven't. This is new territory now, and it's really weird and silly. So Johnny Manziel goes public that Reggie Bush, who won the Heisman Trophy in 2005, that Reggie Bush should get his Heisman Trophy back, that he, quote, belongs up here with all of us. Johnny Manziel won the Heisman Trophy himself in 2012, I think. Okay. Well, the fact that he argued, and anyone else would argue, that Reggie Bush should get his trophy back, the vacated Heisman Trophy back, I think is a dumb argument to start with. It was dumb when Reggie Bush was rendered ineligible. It's dumb now. It's dumb, in my opinion, for Johnny Manziel to say it. It's dumb for anybody else to say it. But you know what? To add to it, the lawsuit that is coming with it is laughable. It really is. I guess Johnny Manziel started all this. I don't know. So here's the weird story. People, if you're in my business, you get a little irritated how often people say defamation. It's just because your feelings are hurt, it's not defamation. Okay? It needs to be factually incorrect. And in that case, then somebody needs to correct what is factually incorrect. But you know what? When it's a fact, it's not defamation. Here's what is reported now. Reggie Bush, according to Bleacher Report, Reggie Bush, Heisman Trophy winner in 2005, played for USC, had all of his records and statistics vacated after he and his family were busted for getting, quote, improper benefits, which are perfectly legal now. Okay? But that was the rule then. Very much the rule then. Handing guys cash is a relatively new thing. So it was very much against the rules. He got busted. They vacated all the records. They vacated USC's record. And it cost him the Heisman Trophy. That was the rule. Here's the story now. Former USC and NFL running back Reggie Bush is filing a defamation lawsuit against the NCAA in relation to a statement the organization released about him in 2021. Bush plans to file the lawsuit after an NCAA spokesperson said 2 years ago that he was part of a pay-for-play arrangement at USC. You broke the rules. What is going on with this? Remember what I've argued all along is if the Heisman Trophy is going to be vacated by the person who won it, number one, then it should have gone to number two. Agree or disagree? Okay, that would have been Vince Young from Texas. But I don't care if it had been, Vince Evans from Baylor. I'd have the same argument. You can't just have the Heisman Trophy just be blank. They had it blank. Now he's saying, I want my trophy, and I'm suing you. Oh, okay. What's wrong? What's wrong with this picture? All right, here you go. After a new name, image, and likeness rules followed college athletes to start compensating them in 2021. Reporters have been asking, well, listen, now that the rules are different, that you can get cash, you can get Lamborghinis, you can get anything anybody wants to hand you, should that then go back and anyone who was punished for that stuff, now think about this, since it's legal now, should that make everyone who was punished for it before, okay, think how far this could go. He and his legal team is arguing, since it's legal now, then everything that happened that was ruled ineligible or vacated should be given back. Does anybody remember what happened to SMU? What are we going to do now? Are we going to get everybody back and play the games? SMU, for those that don't know, was given the death penalty. In other words, their whole program was wiped out because money was being handed out all over the place. Money was being handed out by the governor of Texas at the time. They were cheating. The rules were you couldn't give guys money. Those aren't the rules anymore. But if Reggie Bush and USC gets everything back, does that mean SMU gets everything back? Anybody else that's been on probation get everything back? Since that's not the rule now, think how stupid this logic is. I don't care what you can think of the NCAA. Try to make an argument for this logically. All right, well, so he's mad and he wants his trophy and everything else. So when in doubt, right, just scream defamation. It's the Donald Trump kind of way. When in doubt, just scream lawsuit and defamation. Bush won the Heisman Trophy, according to Bleacher Report, in 2005. He vacated it in 2010 after an NCAA investigation determined that he and his family received gifts from sports agents during his time at USC. I think they got a house. That's against the rules, just so you know. Very much against the rules. Not now, but it was then. Bush's legal representation released a statement saying, quote, the lawsuit is based on the NCAA maliciously attacking his character through a completely false and highly offensive statement that was widely reported in the media. The NCAA statement is completely false and highly offensive. Okay. Well, but he took the money. What do you want to call that? Although an NCAA investigation found that Bush and his family received several improper benefits, including cash and a house in San Diego. In addition to Bush having his record stricken, USC was forced to vacate the 2005 season, which saw it go 12-1 and lose to Texas in the national championship game. Okay, well, let's see. Now, I think this is the beginning of a lot of this. How many times have I said how horribly run this organization is? That's college sports. Horribly run. No vision, no leadership, no common sense. But they are now, I guess, about to get these lawsuits from every direction. So let's see. Now that it's legal, that, you know, if Reggie Bush were playing today, if you're playing at USC or Texas, they'd be giving him a Lamborghini. They'd give his dad a Lamborghini, his best friend a Lamborghini, and his mom 2 Lamborghinis, whatever they want to give, right? That's what you can do now. I think it's a really bad model. It's not any sort of free enterprise. It's just a bunch of handouts. But that's perfectly legal. Since that's legal now, the logic is, well, then we just sort of work our way back and make everyone who was doing something against the rules and illegal, make that all perfectly legal then too, including defamation. Okay, well, let's walk through this. Number one, you broke the rules. You broke the rules. You took the money. Number two, you broke the rules. You took the money. The rules were you're not supposed to take the money. Yeah. Number three, you broke the rules. Those were the rules. That's it, man. How in the world are we going to manage them? We're not. We're going to sit on the sidelines and we're going to criticize this because that is such a stupid industry. It's unreal. Look, the bureaucracy that is the NCAA is it's easy to make fun of, but all up until 2 years ago, it was very much against the rules. And there's a lot of programs and a lot of people that were ruled ineligible, including a program not that far from where I'm sitting that was completely wiped off the face of the earth because they were breaking the rules. Everyone knew the rules. Reggie Bush and his family knew the rules. Pete Carroll at USC knew the rules. Everybody who played the game knew the rules. Now they're not the rules. In response to the new conscience of everything, I guess, Johnny Manziel, I said his take that Reggie Bush should get the trophy back was ridiculous because the trophy should have gone to Vince Young, who was number 2, or whoever was number 2. And you know what else? If number 2 was ineligible, then the third person should receive it. I think the idea of having a blank, no-winner Heisman Trophy that year is a really silly thing. So think where this is now going to go. What if they would have done what I'm suggesting? Would he go after Vince Young and say, give it back to me? That's mine? Well, wait a minute, man. You were ineligible. Not now. Well, you're not playing now, doofus. Give me my trophy, and I'll sue you. You know, I'll sue you because I broke the rules. And it's not the rule now, so I'm suing you. I mean, this, you know what I think, anyone who faced any sort of punishment in the day, there was a time when I was playing that everybody got busted. Busted as in were put on some sort of probation. Okay, does that mean every one of them? Everyone who lost a scholarship, everyone who had to forfeit a game or 2 or 10, they all get them back? Reggie Bush was ruled ineligible. The trophy should have gone to Vince Young. I guess he would now be forcing Vince Young to legally give the trophy over to him. Let me do this again. He broke the rules and was ruled ineligible. By the rules everyone agreed to play by. And that is, don't get paid. Don't get your family paid. That's why Pete Carroll ended up leaving. Everyone got paid. They got busted. That's like saying the logic of this. The logic of this is like saying you're found guilty of a crime. The district attorney says so-and-so is guilty of a crime. And you file a defamation suit because they said you were guilty of the crime. See, you're guilty of the crime. Legal scholars, it's not defamation when it's a fact. It's not untrue what he was punished for. It's not untrue to say it today. How many people is this guy going to sue along the way? You know, everyone who's ever said he was getting paid and his family was getting paid and was ruled ineligible. I mean, this is absurd. You know what I do hope? Because I do hope that the industry of college sports ends up in total chaos, total disarray, more so than now, because it deserves it. It needs to exist in complete chaos until somebody that runs a school, you think university presidents might have some guts and some foresight. But I hope this stuff goes on all over the place, because this is going to give everyone an idea now. I mean, SMU, who lost, 2 seasons? Yeah. They were done, finished, not playing football here anymore. Do we get to make up some wins for them now? Do you get to now say, well, they would have won those games? Give them 5 wins. They didn't play. Yeah, but they would have. See? Unbelievable. Really is unbelievable. What an embarrassment. Just say publicly, I think I want the Heisman Trophy back. You're suing. You broke the rules, and you're suing because they've said you broke the rules. Because you broke the rules. But now, since it's 2023 and the rules that you broke would be perfectly legal today, no one can say in 2005 Reggie Bush broke the rules. Oh, okay. That's a long list of people he's going to need to sue for defamation, even though it's not defamation when it's fact. It's correct. You guys cheated. We're not allowed to say you cheated in 2023?